Good morning, everyone. This is the Narsimhulu, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today we are going to be discuss about Introduction to Data Communication, which falls in Data Communication and Networks course R18 JNTU syllabus. Let us look into this. What are the topics are going to be covered in the introduction of the data communication? Yeah, this one is a syllabus was given by the Jain to Hyderabad. The prerequisite for this course is the digital communications. Basically, in digital communications, how the data representation is going to be takes place, because the computers are going to be processing only digital data. So we have to be know some fundamentals related to the digital communications and modulations and demodulations, how we are going to be represent the different signals, like analog signal, digital signal, all these things. The main course objectives of this data communication networks are to introduce the fundamentals of data communication networks and to demonstrate the functions of various protocols of data link layer. A data link layer is one of the layer which includes in the ISO network layer protocols, and to demonstrate the functioning of the various routing protocols which fall in the network layer protocol, and to introduce the function of the various transport layer protocols, and to understand the significance of applications layer protocols. These are the main course objectives of the data communications and networks. Then after finishing this course, you can have this course outcomes, like that one we can come to know categories and functions of various data communication networks, and design and analyze various error detection techniques and error mechanisms, all these things, and demonstration of the mechanism of routing the data in the network layer. And we can also know that one significance of various flow control and congestion control mechanism, and know the function of various application layer protocols. These are the course outcomes. It means you can achieve this knowledge once you finish this entire course, that you can be have this in terms of the course outcomes. Yeah, in introduction to data communication, it is part of the chapter 1 or unit 1. It includes that components, data representation, data flow, networks, distributing, processing, network criteria, all these things, and are going to be discussed in the chapter 1. As today is the first class, so we are going to be discuss about the introduction of the data communication. Let us go with this. The term telecommunication means it is a communication at any distance. The word data refers to information presented in whatever form is agreed upon the parties creating using the data. Data communication or the exchange of data between two devices via some form of transmission media, such as a wire cable. Basically, telecommunication we can have through the wired or wireless cable even. Yeah, but the data communication mostly we can have the wired communication. Generally, the data communication is also called as a computer communications. The computer network is used to have the computer communications. Here, all the computers and data processing units which are going to be connected to the network, and they are going to be sharing the information among them. Here, let us going to be define about this one. What is a computer network? And a computer network is a group of devices connected with each other through a transmission media, such as wires, cables, and these devices can be computers, printers, scanners, fax machines, etc. And the purpose of having the computer network is to send and receive data stored in the other device over the network. The devices are often referred to as a nodes, means the devices which are going to be connecting to the network, like that one computers, like that one printers, like that one scanners. These all you can be call it as the nodes in the computer network. And topics to be discussed in this section: a component of the data communication, how you are going to be having the data flow in the data communication system. And this one is the basic diagram is corresponding to the how the data communication system is going to be takes place. We have the sender and receiver, and we can send the message to the medium already stated, that when the medium is maybe a copper wire, it may be some cable and coaxial cable, something like that you can be have here. then you can be understand at the sender we have the some set of protocols are there. At the receiver we have the set of protocols. The protocols are going to be defined by using the protocol designer. Then how we are going to be format the data, how you are going to be keep the data, how you are going to be keep the error controlling bits, how you are going to be send that data, and what is the frame format, how many bits you can be sent, okay, what is the payload. All these things are going to be defined by the protocol at the sender. A same protocol is also going to be using at the receiver these rules at the receiving end, how you are going to be extracting the data, because these rules are going to be defined that one which is going to be protect the data, which is going to be correct the data. And while you are transmitting from the sender to receiver, many problems may come. Sometimes the signal may be destroyed, sometimes signal may be disturbed, sometimes some unwanted bits are going to be inserted with the desired bits. These all things are going to be happening while transmitting the data through medium. Okay, that data is received, and how you can be extract actual desired data of the received data. It means all that received data doesn't mean that it is actual desired data. It is having the mixing of another unwanted signals even. So we have to be do the some process at the receiving end, and we have to follow the some rules. That rules you can be called it as protocols. The basic components in a in computer network is a message and sender and receiver protocol. These are the basic fundamental components of data communication system. Message, what is a message mean? This one is a message. It is a data or information which needs to be transferred from one device to another device over a computer network. Then what is the sender? Sender is the device that has the data and needs to send the data to other device connected to the network. Then what is the receiver? Receiver is the device which expecting the data from other device on the network. Here we have the transmission medium which is used to connect sender and receiver, and in order to transfer the data from one device to another device we need a transmission medium, which are wires, cables or radio waves, even sometimes corresponding to the wireless communication. And once you observe here, list of protocols you have to be implemented sender, a list of protocols we have to be implemented the receiver. What is the meaning of protocol? Protocol is a set of rules that are agreed by both sender and receiver. Without a protocol, two devices can be connected to each other, but they cannot communicate. Your communication is needed. Both should be agree the same protocol, then only they can be communicate. But they can be connect each other physically, but they cannot be communicate each other without following the protocols. In order to establish reliable communication or data sharing between two different devices, we need to set up roles that are called protocol. For example, the protocols HTTP, HTTPS are the two protocols used by web browsers to get and post the data to internet. Similarly, SMTP protocols even and email services connected to the internet. And data flow, we have how the data flow is going to be taking place, okay, from one computer to the another computer. Like you know that one simplex, one form of the data communication. Here we have the mainframe computer is there, we have the monitor. It is a one direction communication. Mainframe computer will give the data to be transferred, and the monitor is going to be receive only. This monitor cannot be replay back to the mainframe computer. This one is a simplex communication. And off duplex, here both stations includes that one computers, laptop, all these things, they can be communicate each other, not it simultaneously. Only station 1 can be transfer the data to station 2. While this process is going on, station 2 cannot be transfer the data to the station 1. But once station 2, if it is started transmitting the data to the station 1, At that time station 1 is not allowed to transmit the data. This one is the half duplex. And full duplex, here simultaneously they can be transfer the data like that. A network, already we defined that one. What is a network? A network is set of devices often referred to as a nodes, and the device itself is a nodes and connected by communication links or paths. You can be considered a node can be a computer, printer, and any other device capable of sending or receiving data generated by other nodes on the network. A link can be cable, it may be air mean it is a radio wave, or it may be optical fiber or any medium which can be transport a signal carrying information. Yeah, what is the network criteria? Network criteria which follows the some uh, characteristics. A network should be have the good performance. Performance of a computer network is measured in terms of the response time. The response time of sending and receiving data from one node to another should be minimal. Depends upon the network elements measured in terms of the delay and throughput. Performance of the network, if you say it is good, the delay and throughput is very high, delay is very less while you are transmitting the data from one node to another node. And next one is reliability. There should not be any failure in the network. If it occurs, the recovery from failure should be very fast. It means network means it is connecting many number of computers. Somewhere if you have the disconnection of one wire, the data which was already transmitting through that wire. So when that wire was disconnected, immediately the network needs to be reliable to provide the alternate path to transfer the what existing data which was passing through that existing path which is made between the two computers. That is called the reliability. So this reliability can be measured in terms of the availability of the network and robustness of the network. One more concern in the network criteria is the security. A computer network should be secure so that the data transmitting over network should be safe from unauthorized access. Also, the sent data should be received as it is at the receiving node, which means there should not be any loss of data during transmission. Here security, if it is not providing, there might be having the possibility to get the errors in the receiving data. There might be having the possibility of entering the malicious users to corrupt the data which is transmitting through the network. So security is a major concern in the network criteria. And types of connections, you know that one physical structure of the network. Here how the way you are connecting the computers, that you can be call it as a point to point communication, multi-point communication, something like that. Point to point mean one single transmitter and receiver. It means all the computers can be connected to all other computers. That is the way of point to point communication. Multi-point mean multiple recipients of single transmission. We have the only one sender, many number of receivers are there. And physical topology, and physical topology means how the connection of devices are there, and types of transmission, whether you are going with the unicast or multicast and broadcast. Unicast mean only one person can be transmitted. Multicast mean as a group of the computers of the networks are going to be transmit, group of the computers are the networks are going to be received. Broadcast mean it is going to be pump the information in the broadcast. Okay, anyone can be receive that message, which is not going to be focusing to the particular node, that you can be called it as a broadcast. Broadcast is possible, okay, in wireless communication mostly. Types of communication, as we studied here in the types of communication point to point, we have the one dedicated link was there from station to station. That's multi-point mean we have the one major link was there, from there we have the drop links are there, we have to be connect the some stations. It means mainframe computer will be send the data, okay, through the link, and from there it is going to be sharing among the number of computers. Categories of topology. The way how you are going to be connecting the computers are nothing but it is a topology. A topology mentioned that on all the computers of the network, how they are going to be communicate and how they are going to be organize the network, how they are going to be share the information. It is based on the topology and how the addressing also going to be give for the data which is transmitting over the network, which is depends upon the topology only. Just we have to be know about this mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, and ring topology. Yeah, it is a full connected mesh topology. This you can be observed that all the computers are all the stations which are connected with all other stations. Okay, here we have the many links are there. Okay, here let me consider here all the stations can be communicate with other stations directly without having any hoping in between them. Though we have the many computers are available in this mesh topology. We have some advantages over this mesh topology and disadvantages. In mesh topology, each device is connected to every other device on the network through a dedicated point-to-point link. When we say dedicated, it means that the link only carries data for the two connected devices only. Let's say we have n devices in the network, then each device must be connected with n minus 1 devices of the network. Then only you can be say it is a fully connected mesh topology. The number of links in mesh topology of n devices would be n into n minus 1 by 2. What are the advantages of this topology? No data traffic issues as there is a dedicated link between two devices, which means the link is only available for those two devices, and mesh topology is reliable and robust. It does not affect other links and communication between other devices on the network. And mesh topology is secure because there is a point-to-point link, thus unauthorized access is not possible, and fault detection is very easy. What are the disadvantages? Many. Amount of wires required to connect each system is tedious and headache even. Since each device needs to be connected with other device, number of I/O ports of required must be used for all the computers. How many I/O ports you can be observed in the computer? 3 or 4, that's all, not more than that. If that computer taking part of the one bigger network, a network including the 100 computers, from the 100 computers it need to be provide I/O ports. Is it possible? Not possible. Since each device needs to be connected with other device, number of I/O ports required must be used. Scalability issue because device cannot be connected with a large number of devices with a dedicated point-to-point line. It means you cannot be extend the network because we have to be provide a dedicated link. If you provide the dedicated link, there is no possibility of connecting the dedicated link to the computer because here we have the limited I/O ports are there for each and every computer. So that scalability is a problem in the mesh topology. Star topology. Here we have the hub, from there we have the stations. These stations are going to be communicate each other through the hub only. If hub failure, then total network will become down. Those stations are near to each other, they cannot be communicate each other. This is the disadvantage of the star topology. Let us go through this clearly. In star topology, each device in a network is connected to a central device. This you can be called it as a hub. Unlike mesh topology, star topology does not allow direct communication between devices. A device must have to communicate through the hub only. If one device wants to send data to other device, it has to first send data to the hub and then have transmit data to the designated device. What are the advantages you can list for this topology? Less expensive, easier to install, less amount of cables required, robust, easy fault detection. What are the disadvantages we can list for this one? If hub goes down, everything goes down. None of the device can work without hub. Hub requires more resources and regular maintenance because it is central system of star topology. Bus topology. You can be understand this one is a bus topology. This is a cable, and here we have the taps and we have the drop lines. We can be share the only cable line first. In bus topology, there is a main cable and all other devices are connected to this main cable through the drop lines. There is a device called a tap that connects the drop line to the main cable. Since all the data is transmitted over the main cable, there is a limit of drop lines and the distance a main cable can have. The list of advantages of this topology is easy installation. Each cable needs to be connected with backbone cable. Less cables required than mesh and star topology. List of disadvantages we can be have. Difficult in fault detection. Not scalable as there is a limit of how many nodes you can connect with backbone cable. Ring topology. It's look like a ring. We have the station and this station. You can be call it as this station as a transmitter, this station as a receiver. Yeah, these stations can be transmitted through the repeaters only. The station itself can be acting like a repeater. The direction of the data is follows some criteria in the transmitting and receiving of the ring topology. In ring topology, each device is connected with the two devices on either side of it. There are two dedicated points to point links device as the device on either side of it. The structure forms a ring that can be called as a ring topology. If a device wants to be send the data to another device, then it sends the data in one direction. Each device in ring topology as a repeater. If the received data is intended for the other device, then repeater forwards this data until the intended device receive it. The list of advantages. Easy to install. Managing is easier as to add remove device from the topology. Only two links are required to be changed. The list of disadvantages. A link failure can be fail the entire network as a signal will not travel forward due to failure of the ring. Data traffic issues are there since all the data is circulating in a ring itself. Hybrid topology. It's mixing of all the topologies, bus topology, star topology, okay, a ring topology, something like that. That you can be call it as a hybrid topology. Combination of two or more topologies, you can be call it as a hybrid topology. Advantages of the hybrid topology. We can choose the topology based on the requirement. For example, scalability is our concern. Then we can use star topology instead of bus topology. Scalability as we can further connect other computer networks with the existing networks with the different topologies. The disadvantages we can be list for hybrid topology. Fault detection is very difficult, installation is difficult, design is complex, maintenance is high, thus you can be say hybrid topology is expensive. Yet categories of networks, we have the depends upon the area which is covers. Networks are categorized local area networks, wide area networks, metropolitan area networks. We know that one local area networks cover short distance which are designed to provide local interconnectivity. Wide area network covers long distance, provide connectivity over large areas. Metropolitan area networks provide connectivity over areas such as a city, campus. This one is a LAN connection, how it is going to be connecting. This one is hub and which are going to be connecting among the number of computers. And switched WAN, wide area network. These are the switches you can have. This one's end system, and between that here also computers, but which is acting like a switch. Point to point WAN, wide area network. These are schematics. Heterogeneous network made for 4 WANs and 2 LANs. Okay, this one is one WAN, this one is one WAN, like this. Let us have a small discussion over this LAN. Local area network is a group of computers connecting with each other in small places such as school, hospital, apartment, etc. It secures because there is no outside connection with the local area networks. Thus, the data which is shared is safe on local area network and cannot be accessed outside. And LAN, due to their small size, are considerably faster. Their speed can be ranged anywhere from 100 to 100 Mbps. LANs are not limited to wire connection. There is a new evolution to the LANs that allows local area network to network on wireless communication even. This one is metropolitan area network. We can be have this one. Metropolitan area networks covers large area by the connection of LANs to large network of computer. Metropolitan area networks, various local area networks are connected with each other through the telephone lines. The size of the metropolitan area network is larger than LANs and smaller than the WANs, as WANs covers a larger area of the city. Wide area network. Wide area network provides long distance transmission of data. The size of the WAN is larger than LAN and MAN. WAN can cover country, continent, even your whole world. Internet connection is an example of a WAN. Other examples of WAN are mobile broadband connections such as 3G, 4G and upcoming 5G even. Internet is combination of LAN, MAN and WAN. What are the advantages of the WAN? Centralized infrastructure, which is having the privacy and increased bandwidth and area which is going to be covered. And we have some list of disadvantages are there for WAN. Antivirus, expensive. The internet is a topic is going to be discussed in